assignment that is due on January 22nd, worth 70 points. This is called the Prewriting and Research Packet. And this assignment, as we said, is really designed to help us get started, right? We're going to look at a couple of different pieces. So number one, right, we're looking for you to give us a statement of your topic, right? As it says here, 1 to 2 sentences, and basically we just want to know what you're writing about. What question is your essay going to answer? So if your question is, should companies provide paternity leave to fathers as well as maternity leave to mothers, that is a statement of your topic. It's really just the question that you're going to be exploring and what you're going to be writing about. The second piece that we are going to ask for is a statement of your position. Another word for position is your stance on the topic, right? Remember, in a persuasive essay, we're answering questions that really don't have, just one answer. Your answer may be different from somebody else's. So you are telling us what you think. What is your specific answer to the question? So if the question again is should companies provide paternity leave? Your answer may be yes, absolutely. Fathers should be able to stay home with their newborn children as well as mothers, because parents share responsibility for children in today's society, right? That is a position. That is an argument. That is what you are going to spend your paper talking about.
Part of the pre-writing research packet is for you to think about how you would describe your audience.
Absolutely, because if you don't know who they are and you don't know what they care about and you don't know whether they agree with you or they don't agree with you and you don't do some thinking about those things, you're not going to know which persuasive strategies you might want to use to persuade them. But there's one more thing, right? Purpose. What are you trying to do and accomplish here? Your goal statement really is, what do I want to accomplish? You want to just take a minute to stop and think about what you want your paper to do. Because a persuasive paper doesn't just teach somebody. The point is to accomplish your personal goal. Remember, right, the web text, which we're going to show you in just a minute, contains templates that are going to help you flesh out all of these things, 1, 2, and 3. So let's move on a little bit to number 3, and the third part of this pre-writing packet is really going to help you figure out what the meat and potatoes of your essay is going to be about, right? When you talk about your topic and your position, your thesis statement, that really pertains to your introduction and conclusion. Your supporting points and your research are really going to be what's in the body of your paper. How are you going to show us, your reader, and your professor and your classmates, how you're going to prove your argument or support your position? And that's what you're really looking to get a sense of with number 3, right?
At least 3 important points that you can use that you are also going to be backed up by your research in order to make a good, strong point in your writing.
If you use these tools and you do a lot of reading and research before you even get into the writing of the paper. And that is why this assignment is designed the way that it is, right? Again, the whole goal is to give you practice writing the way that writers write. Writers don't just sit down and write a paper cold turkey. They go and they read first. And that's what this assignment is going to allow you to do. So, and the way we're going to do that is we're going to try to find, right, before we even get into the writing, we're going to do some research first. And we're going to identify at least 6 potential sources that you might use in your paper. You're going to get some practice doing your APA references. So, when it comes time to write the paper and do your reference list, you'll have them down perfectly. You're going to get feedback from us. And it's very low stakes, right? Remember that the grading is all about, did you complete this and complete it, and put all of your effort to make it, the best first draft that you can. So, if you make mistakes, no big deal. You're going to get feedback. You'll still get credit, which is pretty wonderful as long as you try, right? You want to make sure you then choose 3 out of those 6, the 3 that you think are going to be the most useful to you. and you're going to write a little summary, right? Just one paragraph that tells us what is the article or the book about, and then why it is an article or a book that supports your position, right? So you're helping us understand what does it say and why is it useful. All of this in 1 week, right? It's only week 1 now. We're going to spend the next 2 weeks putting these things together. Next week, we're going to work on the first piece of that, which is, your topic and, what your paper is about. And then in week 3, we're going to work on the supporting points and the research organizer. So you've got some time. And if you feel like you want to start looking at research before you get into that, you doing all of this in 1 week, right? It's only week 1 now. We're going to spend the next 2 weeks putting these things together. Next week, we're going to work on the first piece of that, which is, your topic and, what your paper is about. And then in week 3, we're going to work on the supporting points and the research organizer. So you've got some time. And if you feel like you want to start looking at research before you get into that, you absolutely can.